Hello again. In this video, I want to talk to you about the common mistakes that entrepreneurs make and how we can fix them. We make mistakes all the time, don't we? It's not so much that we make the mistakes, but how we handle them that makes all the difference. I don't know about you, but there's a point in time when I hated making mistakes. It was the end of the world. The sky would fall in if I made a mistake. It was so stressful. I would go into depression. Yeah, it was that intense for me. Now, when you're around people who are overly critical and always pointing out your flaws and your faults, it creates a perfectionist mentality in you to do everything perfectly to avoid being criticized. Am I correct? Am I the only one who's ever experienced this? Being an entrepreneur can be very exciting. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, I can testify to that. It can also be challenging, frustrating, and disappointing, depending on your level of expertise, your level of experience, your level of knowledge about the market that you've entered. Did you know also that 90% of new businesses fail within the first 2 years of starting? And they fail for a number of reasons, right? So if you feel that things are not working in your business, the business itself may not be the problem. Your strategies could be the problem. So if you're having a tough time right now, I encourage you to revisit your strategies before you throw in the towel. And if you need some help with that, perhaps I would invite you to give us a call here at KMI. Maybe you need to go through a couple of modules of the Maximize Your Genius program. We do walk people through different strategies on how to overcome some of the roadblocks that they may be having in their business. I don't promise you that I can help you to make $1 million. What I can do is to give you some strategies that is going to help you to move forward. All right. So before you throw in the towel, revisit your strategies, talk to a coach or a mentor. When my results are not what I expect, or if they're, especially after launching a new product or a service, I always go back to check my strategy. Was it my launching strategy? Was it that the product or the service is not of value to the audience that I'm creating it for? I go back and I check the strategy. What did I miss? What could I have done differently? Did I use the right marketing tools and resources and so on and so on and so on? The same thing goes for my clients. Now, one of my clients has sells shoes, right? And she sells shoes to a very niche market of people. Now, for for almost a year, she said to me that, when we just started, everything was working fine. And then all of a sudden, things just stalled. And I couldn't say why. And so we looked at how she had been doing stuff. We looked at the way she structured the business. We looked at her marketing methods, right? And we figured out that marketing was where her big issues were. So I helped her to revamp her plan and connect with a social media marketer with a similar business to hers to help her gain some perspective and some visibility. And the rest is history. She was able to overcome that temporary setback and move forward in her business. So, like this client, there are common mistakes that entrepreneurs make that hamper their business growth every single day. I'm going to talk to you about 10 of these common problems today. Now, that being said, remember that most businesses take 6 months after starting to make a profit. There's no overnight success, people. No matter what anyone says to you, there is no overnight success. And you only fail when you give up. So get feedback from your customers, your coach or a mentor, family and friends, and other trusted sources, and tweak your product and strategies as necessary. Enroll in my Maximize Your Genius program if that's what you need to do. All right, I said before, I will never promise you that I will help you to make $1 million in 6 months. That's not what I'm there for. Yes, I want you to profit. I'm here to help you by giving you strategies. That's what it says, strategies to help turn your vision into reality. Okay. Now, when that vision becomes reality, how much money you make from that is going to be entirely up to you and how you put those strategies into effect, right? So, the first mistake is that entrepreneurs do no market research. And this is mostly for people who are new to entrepreneurship and coming into the entrepreneurship space. Now, the question that I always like to ask is, would you go on vacation to a strange country without first finding out some information about it? Then why on earth would you enter into business before checking out the landscape? There's been an increase in the number of people starting side hustles and full blown businesses nowadays, especially because of COVID, right? Now, that means there are many competitors in the market that you want to enter. And so it's even more important now for you to know if there's really a market for your product or service. Do people want what you're selling or offering? Your business should be about, first and foremost, providing a solution and not merely selling a product or a service for profit. You're providing a solution. So, what problem are you solving with this business? Another important thing that you have to check out is, what's your competitor doing? Competitors doing, right? What's the competition doing? What are the differences in your offering versus theirs? This is necessary information for you because once you find out that difference in what they may be offering or not offering, that's the information you can use to define your value proposition and position your business rightly in your niche market. The second common mistake that many entrepreneurs make is to not have a business plan. What's your business model? Did you know that a whopping 90% of entrepreneurs have no business plan at all, not even a one-page Word document? A few weeks ago, one of my customers called me frantically, wanting me to hurry up and create a business plan for them. Now, here's the irony. Since March of this year, I've been trying to get this individual to sit with me and work on their business plan. Until today, it hasn't been done. An opportunity came up for, for an investment opportunity, for someone to invest in their business, and they needed a business plan to show, and they had none. So that was now the urgency for me to hurry up and create this business plan for them. Your business plan helps you to create a solid business model that investors can trust and that you can rely on as the business is growing to help you scale appropriately. So, people, get one. It's not a whether you need it or not. The fact is, you do need one. The third mistake is that your product may not be user friendly. Yep. Sounds simple, right? But it is so true a lot of the times. Why isn't it user friendly? Because you created a product without asking for customer feedback. You have this great vision, and that's good. But how good is it without the right customers? And how do you know you have the right customers if you're not listening to them? The best business leaders listen to their followers, they listen to their customers, they listen to their team, right? So get feedback. Don't launch a product that you think people want. Launch a product that you're sure they need. How, you ask? Now, here's that word again, research, right? This doesn't mean you have to take years to compile these survey questions and send out these surveys to 1,000 people, but how about some probing questions on your social media page or through your mailing list, right? Each and every one of you as entrepreneurs should have a way that you keep in touch with your customers through a mailing list on a regular basis. So you must have a mailing list, a customer list somewhere. Send a survey out to them, find out what they're thinking. I'm thinking of creating this product. What are your thoughts? What should I name it? How do you think it should function? What would be of value to you? Some simple questions to ask, right? Surveys are a great resource for learning how your customers view you, your business, and your products. There are so many ways to do this nowadays that it shouldn't be, it's not rocket science, and it shouldn't really be difficult. You can do surveys online, Google, Google Forms, Jot Forms, so many of them that I could mention. And the majority of them have a free version if you don't want to pay for a subscription. They have a free version that you can use and get the same type of information as you would if you had a paid subscription. So there really is no reason why you're not getting the necessary feedback or information that you need. There is no reason for you not to do some research in your business. The fourth mistake is launching your products at the wrong time. Oh my gosh, I have been a victim of that at least twice in my business. Yeah, launching at the wrong time can be a huge problem for you. Timing is really important when you're launching a new product. Never rush a product launch. This is one thing I can say to you as a matter of fact. Never rush a product launch. Timing is critical in attracting the right audience and getting the maximum benefit out of your launch. If you have strong competitors in the market, you want to make sure you're not launching a product at the same time that they're doing or launching their product, right? Launching simultaneously could be costly for your brand. Launching ahead or after could work better to your advantage. Now, it's about knowing when the audience's need for the product is high and playing into that moment. And when that opportunity shows up, take advantage of it. So that means you're going to have your eyes open and your ears to the ground, listening, watching what people are doing. You're going to have to be interacting, surveying, getting feedback, asking questions, checking the temperature all the time. And this is something you do through social media. It's something you do through your mailing list. If you are someone who do live presentations, you're checking your audience while you're talking to them to see what's of value to them, to make sure that you're first presenting the right product, then you're going to launch at the right time. Now, the fifth mistake that many entrepreneurs make is that their marketing strategies are subpar. They have very poor marketing strategies. Now, in order to create the best marketing strategy for you, you have to know your customers' pain points and how to capture to capture their attention and keep it. I explain in detail how to do a successful product launch by engaging your audience and getting them to buy your product without feeling pressured in my MYG program. The best strategy I've found for launching a product is first to test the audience. You have to know your customers' pain points, and you have to know how to get their attention and how to keep it. How do you tap into that, right? If you think of most major retailers, when they're about to launch a product, they give you a taste of it. This is them testing the market. Is this something that customers would be interested in? You have to do something similar. What is it that you're launching? Is it a course? Give people a mini preview of that course and see how they react to it. Get them involved in the whole creation process. What's the title of the course? What are you going to name it? Get their feedback. Start testing the audience to see what would they find valuable in a course, like, whatever the topic is that you're teaching on, right? Tap into it. What are their pain points? What is it that hurts them the most about this particular thing? And ask them questions. What would you like to learn about this? What could you put together? But asking in a non-intrusive, very subtle way, so that they're able to give you honest feedback without feeling pressured. So test the waters before you launch. Learn their pain points, tap into it, get their feedback, and then remember that it's always about the right time to do the launch. So number 6 is launching with a flawed pricing model. So the first was launching at the right time. The second thing was checking your market strategies. And the third part of this is the pricing model. Sometimes you're launching with a flawed pricing model. What do I mean by that? This is where many clients struggle. Many of my clients struggle with pricing their products and services. They're not sure how to price the product and service, and that usually end up with them undervaluing themselves, undervaluing their products. Don't price too high, but don't price too low just to gain market share either. If you're good, price like you're good. right? Many entrepreneurs start off with the best of intentions and they give things away for free. Now, that's okay. I still do a lot of free stuff too, right? You can do things for charity, you can do things for community, you can do things for visibility. It's always good to give back, but don't make that your business model. It's good to give back, but be careful with this because you don't want to be known as a source of freebies. People will not take you seriously if everything you do is for free. They will not value you or value what you do. All right. So make sure that you're pricing things appropriately. This is, again, another step that I teach in the Maximize Your Genius program: how to build your product, how to market your product, how to price your product. So we go through all of those steps in the Maximize Your Genius program. So tap into it. If you feel like you're struggling with this and you need some help, I would encourage you to tap into that program, right? The seventh mistake is scaling too fast. We all want our businesses to go mega millions of dollars, right? And ain't nothing wrong with that. I love to see businesses growing and flourishing and people moving forward. But you get stuck with big overhead and run out of money quickly if you try to scale too fast. And when that happens, it leads to seeking financing way too early. And the solution to that is to start small, make all the mistakes that you want to make, fail at what you want to fail at, stay in business without losing large amounts of capital. And the eighth mistake is not filing for the proper legal structure and business registration. Many startups make the big mistakes of not registering their business, not picking the right business entity, or protecting their intellectual property. Now, that is important. There are a lot of people out there ready to jump on, to pounce on what you're doing, right? So make sure that your intellectual property is registered, protected. Admiration, fantastic. It means you're doing something good and they see you as a leader in your field. But taking your property to build their empire, wrong and shouldn't happen. So make sure you're protecting your intellectual property. Now, these three areas that I just mentioned, which is registering the business, picking the right business entity, and protecting your intellectual property, they're very crucial to starting your business right. And if it's not done properly, it could end up costing you a lot of valuable time and money in the end to correct it. So start off right the first time. Get an accountant or a legal entity to help you with these things if necessary. Most of the times you can register your business easily, but if you want to get into incorporation and limited, deciding what kind of legal structure to use, talk to an accountant or a lawyer. The ninth mistake is that they have no clear vision and purpose for their business. Now, this is the reason why employees leave high-paying corporate jobs to go to startups. It's not necessarily about the money. People are driven to serve an important purpose nowadays. It's no longer about just getting a paycheck or the prestige of a title. People want to work purposefully. Many businesses never define their real purpose for existence and continually attract a mix of employees who are seeking success in different ways. Clarify the purpose of your company. Clarify your vision beyond just making money. When you do that, you set the stage for attracting like-minded employees, like-minded customers, like-minded supporters, like-minded investors. You build this team around you that is focused on the same goal. And when that happens, you now become a force to be reckoned with. It's very powerful. So the 10th and last mistake that I'm going to talk about today, there are so many other ones, but I chose these 10, and this is the last one I'm going to be talking about today, is being all business all the time. Many entrepreneurs put their personal lives on hold to focus exclusively on their businesses. When that happens, guess what? Both the entrepreneur and the business suffer. There's no question that your business needs your full attention and effort, but only in short spurts. Just like an elite athlete in training, you need to have a proper, healthy diet, get enough rest, take breaks, balance your personal and business life, and you will actually do better in both. Now, I've given you 10 of them. I'm going to recap these 10 for you now. 10 common mistakes that entrepreneurs make often. Number one, no market research. Number two, no business plan. The third one, your product is not user friendly. The fourth one, launching your product at the wrong time. Number five, poor marketing strategies. Number six, launching with a flawed pricing model. Number seven, scaling too fast. Number eight, you file for the wrong legal structure and business registration. Number nine, no clear vision and purpose for your business. And number 10, being all business all the time. So these are the 10 of the most common mistakes that entrepreneurs make. I want you to think about them today and see where they may be any of them active in your business right now. And if you've made any of those mistakes, then hopefully something I've said here will help you to readjust and realign your business to go forward. Now, if you'd like to work with me, fill out the free business assessment form at the links that are coming up after this video, right? Fill out the free business assessment form, then myself or one of my team members will get back to you. Thank you for listening today, and I will see you soon.